Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, mate, but not my own.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do this.
This is absolutely diabolical behaviour.
Sometimes things don't go as planned on live TV, and the drama happens right in front of the camera. Celebrities, anchors, and performers usually try to stay calm on screen, but once in a while, temper can flare. Today's video is all about the on-screen altercations of your favorite people on screen, Will Smith and Chris Rock. The incident between Will Smith and Chris Rock at the 2022 Academy Awards is definitely #1 on this. During the ceremony, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, regarding her shaved head. However, Pinkett Smith has publicly struggled with alopecia, a condition that causes hair loss, and the joke clearly upset her.
And his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord.
Will Smith, who had been laughing at first, stood up, walked onto the stage, and slapped Rock across the face. The slap left the audience and viewers at home in complete shock. As Smith returned to his seat, he shouted at Rock, saying, "Will Smith faced consequences, including being banned from attending Academy events for the next 10 years.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
Piers Morgan versus Alex Beresford, Good Morning Britain, 2021. In 2021, a dramatic altercation occurred between Piers Morgan and Alex Beresford on Good Morning Britain during a live broadcast. The confrontation was sparked by Morgan's critical comments about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey. Beresford, a weather presenter, challenged him on air. He expressed his disapproval of Morgan's views, accusing him of disrespecting Meghan and dismissing her mental health struggles.
Understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants.
The argument quickly escalated, with Morgan storming off the set mid-show, leaving the remaining hosts to continue the segment.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, mate, but not my own.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do this.
This is absolutely diabolical behaviour.
Cardi B versus Asia Divine. The intense confrontation between Cardi B and Asia Divine took place during the 2017 Love and Hip Hop New York reunion special. The incident happened when Asia began to address rumors about a love triangle involving Cardi B and her ex-boyfriend Tommy G. Asia made a pointed comment, which triggered Cardi's explosive response. Cardi B became enraged by Asia's accusations, leading to a heated exchange of words. As tensions increased, Cardi B threw a shoe at Asia, and the situation nearly became physical, with the cast and crew rushing to intervene and separate the two. Andy Kaufman versus Jerry Lawler, Late Night with David Letterman, 1982. One of the most controversial moments in the history of Late Night with David Letterman occurred in 1982, when comedian Andy Kaufman and professional wrestler Jerry the King Lawler engaged in a heated altercation. During the interview, Kaufman taunted Lawler with insults, claiming he could sue him.
If I was going to have a lawsuit,
right,
and I could have sued you, I could have sued you for everything you're worth.
Well,
and I didn't, because I'm not that kind of a guy.
Yeah. You know what?
What kind of a guy?
Lawler stood up and slapped Kaufman across the face, leaving the studio audience in shock. Kaufman reacted angrily with more insults and storming off the set, which left viewers unsure if it was scripted or real. Chanel West Coast versus Charlamagne Tha God, Wild 'N Out clash. In a 2017 episode of MTV's Wild 'N Out, tensions ran high between rapper and TV personality Chanel West Coast and radio host Charlamagne Tha God. During the freestyle battle segment, Charlamagne taunted Chanel, suggesting that no one had been checking for her music since 2012.
Have y'all ever heard of rap? Oh, okay. Good for the good people that say no.
Well, no. Hold on, let's just get...
Irritated, Chanel interrupted the segment to defend herself passionately. She insisted she was more than a TV personality, listing her years in the music industry, her fan base, and even referencing her work with Young Money.
BET Award with Young Money. I got songs with French Montana, YG, Ty Dolla $ign, Snoop
Why you
Dogg.
talking with your hands, though?
You don't know my musical track record, bro. You don't know my musical track record.
Andy Cohen versus Kenya Moore, Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. During one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunions, longtime host Andy Cohen found himself in a rare moment of direct confrontation with cast member Kenya Moore. The tension arose when Andy questioned Kenya's often controversial behavior on the show, particularly her feuds with other castmates and her tendency to stir drama. Kenya pushed back firmly, accusing Andy of being biased and not holding certain cast members accountable for similar behavior. She implied that he sometimes took sides or let others off the hook more easily than he did with her.
You have to know. Look at me. You can make eye contact with me. Or are those contacts, are they real?
Scary.
Oh, no, but I'm right here. I came backstage and I introduced myself to you, and I told you that I judge you from the show.
Dakota Johnson versus Ellen DeGeneres, the birthday party. During a 2019 episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, actress Dakota Johnson and host Ellen DeGeneres shared an unexpectedly awkward exchange. Ellen began the interview by teasing Dakota about not inviting her to her 30th birthday party.
Turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
However, Dakota immediately pushed back with a calm but pointed response.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
She went on to say that she and her team had extended the invitation and even added, "Ask your producers."
So?
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody. Ask Jonathan, your producer. Who
Okay.
said you were?
I was
he's
invited?
right there.
Why didn't I go?
The unexpected moment visibly caught Ellen off guard, and the studio audience reacted with laughter and surprise. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Cardi B confronted Nicki Minaj during the Harper's Bazaar Icons party in 2018, after allegedly hearing that Nicki had made comments questioning her capabilities as a mother. The confrontation quickly escalated in public view, with Cardi shouting across the room and ultimately removing her shoe and throwing it at Nicki. Security quickly intervened to prevent further escalation, and Cardi was escorted out. Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom. The altercation between Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom occurred in July 2014 at the Cipriani restaurant in Ibiza, Spain. Reports indicate that Bloom attempted to punch Bieber following a verbal exchange. The incident was reportedly sparked by Bieber making a comment about Bloom's ex-wife, Miranda Kerr, with whom Bieber had been seen socializing in 2012, Tyra Banks and Naomi. The feud between Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell has long been one of the most talked about rivalries in fashion. It began in the early 1990s when Tyra entered the modeling world and was often compared to Naomi, who was already an international supermodel. Tyra later shared that she felt singled out and mistreated during her early days in Paris, claiming Naomi tried to sabotage her career.
When she was managed by Benny Medina, which was a good friend, we cleared that up.
Yeah.
And then I saw her in LA.
In 2005, Tyra invited Naomi onto the Tyra Banks show to confront the tension publicly. The interview was emotional and revealing, with Tyra recounting moments of feeling intimidated and undermined.
I think you let me put my head in your lap, or you put my feet on your lap.
Right.
And you're like, "Sweetie, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I said, "Actually, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay."
Burt Reynolds versus Mark Summers. During a 1994 appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, actor Burt Reynolds and TV host Mark Summers engaged in an unexpected on-air altercation. The tension began when Summers made a remark about Reynolds' failed marriage. In response, Reynolds threw a mug of water on Summers. The segment took another turn when producers brought out cream pies for a comedic pie duel, followed by a pie fight on national television. Both men ended up covered in whipped cream. Porsha Williams versus Kenya Moore. The altercation between Porsha Williams and Kenya Moore occurred during the Season 6 reunion of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The incident escalated when Moore used props, including a scepter and a megaphone, during a heated exchange, which Williams found provocative. In response, Williams physically confronted Moore, pulling her hair and bringing her to the floor. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. In 1974, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier appeared together on ABC's Wide World of Sports, hosted by Howard Cosell. However, the tension between the two boxing legends was there from the beginning. Ali mocked Frazier repeatedly, calling him names and questioning his intelligence and fighting ability. Frazier got guy-tated, and when Ali accused him of not being a worthy champion and continued the verbal taunts, things escalated. The broadcast then cut to footage of their past fight, heightening the emotions in the studio. As the clips played, the two began shouting over each other and soon stood up and grappled on camera, forcing crew members to intervene. Billie Eilish radio confrontation. During a radio interview, Billie Eilish was repeatedly asked about her education and graduation.
You had to at least take a test at some point in your life to get a graduation certificate, right?
A topic that clearly frustrated her. While she didn't shut down the conversation entirely,
anything about anything? When I was your age and everybody said you still have to go to school and graduate.
Yeah, but you don't, though.
Her body language and tone indicated discomfort. As the questions continued, her responses grew shorter, and her expressions reflected her irritation. Justin Bieber caught yelling at Hailey. In July 2021, a video surfaced showing Justin Bieber and his wife, Hailey Bieber, walking through a Las Vegas casino after one of his performances. In the clip, Justin appeared animated and was gesturing while speaking to Hailey, leading some viewers to speculate that he was yelling at her. On-air tension between anchor and reporter over elevator segment. In a surprising moment of on-air friction, a live news broadcast turned awkward when a disagreement arose between a news anchor and a field reporter during a segment about faulty elevator service in a building. The reporter was covering complaints from a woman who claimed that no elevator repair personnel were available on weekends.
There's nobody on overtime, there's nobody working on the weekends. There's a lot that could be done to have this done a lot sooner.
In the middle of the segment, the elevator technician responded, stating there was no point in being available on holidays, as maintenance isn't typically scheduled then. The live feed then cut back to the studio, where the anchor, visibly displeased, told the reporter,
"And how to be an editor, because I was your boss once."
Yeah, you were, and are no longer. How did that happen?
Well, I don't
Here's
know.
Annabelle DeMillo.
Hey, good morning, Jim. We are live.
I should probably tell you how to do your reporting, implying that the story had been presented incompletely or without necessary context, and that escalated into verbal fight. If you like more videos like these, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel.